Hi guys, Paul here. Painting with PABrewNews. Got a little saw going on right now. All I did was paint the saw black. Then I took a little acrylic black, let it dry. Then I took some brown acrylic, burnt umber, something like that, the darker brown. Tapped it all around here. And then I took white before it dried. Started tapping it around here as well, focusing mostly the white, the brightest part right here. That gave me this kind of menagerie, that kind of blend between the different whites and browns and stuff. Then I just cleaned my brush off with all the brown down here, basically. Then I took some black again and I just highlighted some leaves. Then before it dried, sometimes it's really easy when you let everything dry, you can get more detail, but I'm impatient. So I took a liner brush and I just did a bunch of trees through here in black and highlighted some on this side with white. Added a couple little areas where I think branches would be and stuff with just some black. It's a little, and all this was done basically with like a 1-inch brush, basically. And then, because I got the idea of maybe there may be a path or a stream or something in this painting, I took a little filbert brush. This little tiny, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. This little brush right here. It's a fat, wide little thing. And I put it through the black and only one side with the white. And I just zoop, zoop, little zoop, half circles, and made all these little rocks everywhere. All the different rocks here. And all these different gradients of brown is just me cleaning the brush off. Just cleaning the brush off. It doesn't matter. I'm probably going to cover it up anyway. But that's basically what we have going on right here. It's just a mash of acrylic, and it was white, brown, and black. That's it. And now we have a coat of liquid clear on this to make it slip and slide and make it pretty easy. So right now, I think I'm going to just take the same brush that I put the liquid clear on. I'm going to grab a little bit of little yellow. Just a bit of it. Just a faint bit of yellow right here. And I'm going to come up here and just throw a little yellow up into this sky. Just to tint it a little bit of yellow. I'm going to go for a yellow ochre as well. Don't want to put too much on here because one thing is I'm testing to see some of these paints are transparent, some aren't. Good way to do that is put the color on your finger, go over to your darkest spot and just rub it in. If it starts to blend in with the background, that's transparent. That will work for this. And if it just looks like a big yellow dot, should stick to that, just to use that for like the highlights of the leaves and stuff, but not for laying over like we are right now. Now, grabbing some yellow ochre too, which is a nice golden color, which is definitely more transparent. I'm going to hit this side with some of the yellow ochre. All we are just dancing in a little bit of a either early morning or late afternoon sunrise, sunset kind of a vibe. So we're just going to get a little bit of these different hues here of the whites, then the browns, orange, the yellows. So I mixed up a little bit of crimson and green, which makes a lovely brown color. And I'm just going to throw some of that here on the sides. Again, make sure that your paint that you're using is transparent. Otherwise, it'll cover up all the nice nuances that you have going on here. So there's a little crimson in the sky on top, nuance with a little bit of yellow. Throw some of that brown on the other side too. Right here. And it's brown. You can make it towards the reddish side, or you add a little bit more green, make it towards the greenish side. However, you don't want to go into here because it's going to get that color into your light spot. You don't want that. So basically I'm just ringing it around. And I'm going to probably put a little bit down here too. Just down here. Maybe not right in the center, just down here on the sides. Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Oh, hair stuck in there. I'm going to finish off that little brown I made. by throwing some right here as well. It's nice. That's a nice color. Okay. All right. Get it all over here. There you go. Now we'll clean our brush. Odorless paint thinner, terpenoid, works great. I use a little coffee can with a mesh in the bottom of it. Just wash the brush off that, then hit it on the side of a pot. That's all I do. And that brush is now clean. So now I'm going to go get some white on my 1-inch brush. A nice, most of the paints that I use anymore are somewhat thick or somewhat thin because of the natural evolution of paint. They don't make them very thick. And when the old Bob Ross style used a very thick paint. But for when you're doing certain things like putting mountains on and stuff, you want a nice thick paint. The Winton stuff is pretty much still thick enough to do a lot of that stuff. So this is the thick white. So all I want to do right now, I want to kind of focus on where I think the lightest spot in the sky is going to be. Right here. Alright, so then I want to dance in a couple things that are going to be fog later. So if you want to just throw a couple fog here, maybe up here, down here. It's going to pick up that color underneath it too. I'm going to throw a couple fog spots in right here, but then this, I'm going to go back, just beat some of the paint off that you might have picked up, and crisscross strokes. I'm going to work that fog out, make it misty. But again, this white is transparent, so you can still see what's going on behind it. Otherwise, it would just all get blended together, and you'd lose everything that you put on, which you don't want. You don't want that. But it'll pick up, as I said, you go through this white, it's going to pick up a lot of that color, so don't go right back into here or it'll ruin your bright spot. You can always, if you just want a little bit more misty, you can always pick up a little bit more. Make this a little bit brighter as well. Right there. Mist it out. Mist it, mist it, mist it. Okay. Okay, and that kind of sets the scene there for a nice little ghostly day. I'm not sure if I want it. A lot of the background indicates more of a fall, autumn. Probably going to go over that one. I really like painting fall, autumn scenes. But right now, we're going to have to see what we're going to do with this one. I'm probably going to switch over to the oval brushes I've been using. And get some of that red, brown that we were using before. I need 2 cameras for this so you can see what I'm doing on the other side too. Tap it in just a little bit of white so it's a little softer than it was. So then that mixture of, that soft mixture of the brown and with the red and green, now with a little white into it too. And I'm just going to see what's going to go on here. Start tapping a little. Okay, it's still pretty light. Pretty light. You know, the closer you want to get to the light area, you're going to see a little bit more of a distinct shadow. So it's going to be a little bit darker. Try that. Let's see what this one looks like. There. That's better. So that's a little bit darker. You can see that a little bit better. And just see where it lives. Pop one here, little bushes. Nothing too crazy. I like these oval brushes. They really do work well. And they make really, really great little bushes and trees. I'm going to throw one right here, actually. There. Ooh, wow. Cool. All right, we're just going to throw one right there. Another one right here. Just going to let these kind of blend right all over, right up into the sky. And then at the outer edges, I'm going to throw a little dark black in there, too, with the brown, just to get it that much more darker. There you go. Ooh, there it is. You can see that. And this is just stuff that we're going to use to put our highlights on. So you need the dark to show the light. So, all right, let's see. You have a big one. Come down this way. There you go. He's a big boy. Hangs up on top. All right. More of that dark color because we're going to shoot over to the side here. Make another bush right here. I think this one works all the way down here. There you go. All right. Okay, so push up a little bush. All right, so we got the framework for some nice bushes. Gonna keep that brush dark. Gonna go through a little paint thinner, and then again that brown and red mixture that we had going on. Might pull a little white through it too. Unfortunately, some of my brushes are getting pretty beat up. Not happy about it, but it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. Okay, do that. Alright. Then it's kind of got a pinky hue to it. When the dark, you're really gonna be able to see that better. But yeah, these brushes are getting beat up. Cool. Branches that stick out here and there and here and there. We'll cover most of them up, but put them on there. Sometimes it's hard because you want to thin this paint down, but you just don't want to. You can't seem to get enough on the. Can't get enough on the brush. So there you go. A lot of times, one of the problems is when paint doesn't really want to stick. It's because you don't have enough paint, especially when you're doing leaves and stuff. You got to have a lot of paint on the brush for it to stick and work for you. Trying to make a little bushes, little sticks and twigs. Because there you go. There. They're everywhere. Every tree has a stick that holds it up. And there's some that are dead. They just sit there. So just make a couple little things. Can't see them all because they'll get hidden behind other branches and stuff. So maybe you'll see one start and you don't know where it went. Just like that. If you get one that is too bright, just go over it again because it'll blend with the paint that's already on there and automatically get darker. This liner brush has seen better days, I can tell you that. There you go. Helps when you make the noise. Nice little tree. Then you want to get some ones that are darker. Okay. See if I can find a better liner brush, one that's not so beat up. Okay. Come on, I gotta just see one that kind of comes out of here, hangs down from the canopy. Now let's see. Nice. And in the lighter areas, use some darker ones. Tree branch. That's nice. Some of these other ones too, you can always go to the opposite side, the ones that are in the white, and kind of give it a shadow, more of a rounded look. And same thing with these. Take some light color behind them, and it'll look real nice. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Flick, 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 just flick little grassy things up. Whatever. Okay. See, like I said before, take a little bit of this, a little bit of white. Go back to this brown one. Black one, I guess you could say. There you go, give it some nice bark. Nice highlighted tree. That's good. All right. Now let's have some fun. Let's get some. The closer you get to that white area, the lighter you want it. So get some nice bright yellows. Tap them in there. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Just tap in some nice bright bushes. Right there. You can see stuff way back in the back. So it just kind of, you can't even see it, it's so bright back there. Let's go into some yellow ochre. And I really like yellow ochre. It's a really nice yellow. Bounce them in. All right, some orange. A little bit more yellow, I think. Then we're gonna go and have this one right here. I'm gonna have him some. There. That's nice. Good. All right, now I'm gonna throw in some oranges. Going into a little bright red, and we're just blending on a little bit of bright red right now. A little bit. It is strong. I want to start getting into more of those orange hues. If your paint doesn't stick, there's two things that probably are going wrong. One, not enough paint on the brush, or the rule is a thin paint will stick to a thin paint. So your paint might be getting close to the same consistency as the paint on the canvas. So all you have to do then is add a little bit of paint thinner, or liquid clear, or liquid white. And that'll help. Okay. I'm going a little bit more. I like that color a lot. Ooh, there's a nice firecracker. Deep into this forest. Okay, that's good. We'll have to work on some of those trees. Don't want to get those trees left out too. I'll do a little bit of crimson on this one, I think. Go a little crimson. I'm gonna make this one. This little tree here. I'm gonna. Ooh. There you go. And think of where your light's coming from. So your light's gonna be emanating this way. So it's going to get darker as it goes this way too. So some of these trees won't be as light as the ones closer here. They'll get a little darker and darker. Right now all I'm doing is just hitting some of these randoms. Basically cleaning off the brush, basically. Going to work on hitting some of these trees up. Clean the brush off real quick. Beat the devil out of it. You know how that goes. Gonna go into a little green, actually. A little green. Oh, not. Jack Frost didn't hit everything yet. Ooh, look at that. That is a nice one. Couple there that they're still hanging on a little bit. Couple bushes down here. Just to change up the flavor. So not everything. There's a couple bushes here and there. Ooh, that's a nice little bush right there. He's a nice one. Grassy areas too that still haven't. Jack Frost didn't hit them yet. That's nice. There you go. And you already have all the color in here because of what you put on. So now you're just adding the highlights. Just dance it in. You can do so much with this little oval brush. It's so nice. And it makes these beautiful little trees and bushes. So nice. I like that tree just like that. A little bit of just a green, dark tree in the background. Just a little. Give them a couple little highlights here. Not much. Keep them pretty dark back here. Something like that. Something like that. This one isn't standing out enough for me. There. Ooh. There we go. That's nice. Good. Alright. Do the same thing here. I'm gonna get a popper going on. Alright, let's see. Right here. This one's not. It's not coming out to play. It's going to just sit back. So we're just going to get a little. Ooh, it's nice. There you go. One here. One about here. This. Ooh, okay, that's nice. Put some right here. Close it in a little bit. Now we can start working on the foreground. Okay, clean the brush. There you go. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Got little rocks going on. Shoot, I don't know. It's a nice little pathway. Maybe have a little stream coming through here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Maybe we can get both the best of both worlds. Let's see. Get a little bit of paint thinner and a little bit of white. I'm going to go through a little bit of pink and stuff too. Okay, but just a little bit. Because right here, right? And just start dancing it in. Oh, I just want kind of like a nice slow creek. Just little things. So you can see there's things happening under here. And then the more it gets out this way, it kind of calms down. And this is where the deep pool would be. You get that trout kind of hanging out there. Just kind of grazing it a little bit. And I'm going to soften it up even more than this after I get done. But, what I'm going to do here, let's see. Just like that. Yeah, just like that. Okay, good. There. There's your water. There it is. Clean the brush. get a dry 2-inch brush and just softly blend it in. You can always go down to make reflections. Pull it down a little bit, then go across again. And it really gives you that watery look. There. Good. Come up here, and give me something like that. Okay. Scratch off a little bit of a brown on your knife. Pull it flat, cut across. It gives you little things like that. Now you can just go right here and figure out, okay, where's your land? Because you need land, otherwise everything just kind of falls in the creek. So let's figure out where that is. Oh, land here, here. Okay. Use a liner brush here to kind of blend it back so it's not so pluffy. Smooth it out. There. Just want the dark. Show you where you're at. There. Something like that. We'll do the first one side and then we'll do the next side. So you take a little white, stretch it out, a little brown, brown and white. Alright, I'm just going to give it the same thing, a little highlight. Stones and everything on there. Nice thing about painting on metal is there's all these little bumps and jips and nips and stuff in it that it just helps you with your painting. It helps you with your painting. It helps break stuff away for you. Smooth it out a little bit. Smooth. Okay, there. Same thing on this side. Make a little. This is where you walk down. See, I saw it when I was doing it. This is where you walk down the catch thing. Go fishing. And go fishing on this side. Go fishing down here. There. This is where you go fishing. We'll smooth it out. Stand on the shore there. We'll make little ledges underneath the little rocks and stuff. Get little rocks to play on and stuff. Okay. I get the idea of where the water stops, the land begins. Okay, good. All right. Take this little liner brush that I had before, a little bit of paint in there. I want to get a white. I know it's not extremely entertaining. You can't see what I'm doing over here. That's what I was thinking. I was like, boy, I really need a secondary camera. But all I'm going to do is just add a little kind of white lines underneath here. So we know where the water line is. The water line underneath all these rocks. blend it out, blend it out. Okay, good. All right. Okay, I'm gonna make some other rocks here too. So to do that, we're gonna need some dark color. And we're gonna take some of this stuff and make a thin color on top of it. A little gray color. Okay. Take your filbert brush. Your filbert brush is this brush. All right. Dark color through here. One side through the white color. And let's see if we can just make a big old rock. Big old rock. Maybe a little bit more white. I don't put a lot of paint out usually, because you can always add more. You got unlimited time. Unlimited time when you're at home, so don't worry about it too much. All right, there. Okay, so surely there's going to be a little. We're going to have a couple rocks up here on the shore too, so. Rock. Rocks. Big rocks. Alright, good. Lots of boulders. Probably one up there too. Good. Okay. But now it's the time to continue what we were doing before with the fall colors, because we need to work this path right back into the painting. So just take some of these colors and dance them around and fit all these rocks and pieces of land we just put in right back into the painting. Okay. Set some of these right back down here with some little colors. Ooh, look at that. I guess that goes right in front of that. There you go. Maybe it takes a bend in the road or something. Okay. Right here. Sits down. Yeah, it must take a bend because that's where it stops right there. Right here. A little bush. Right there. There. Look at that. Cool. Pretty good. Alright, so now I'm just going to take some blacks and browns and things and whatnots. Dark colors on the filbert brush, one side through the white. Right here. And let's see. There's one. Let's do that again. Blacks, browns, white. And we'll do one right. Oh, right to the stone. Right there. Okay. All right. Go through some paint thinner. Some black. see. See what we can do here. Hanging down. One of the hanging down kind of trees. Branches just hanging down. And when you're trying this too, you can make as many or as few branches as you want to. It doesn't matter. But make sure, like, sometimes they kind of start here and they go that way, because branches don't care where they go. All right. There's this tree that right there. They're growing up right there. There he is. There. Okay. Again, this guy's got some branches coming down. Branches. Guess we want a little bit of a lighter one for him. Little crickets are chirping outside right now. Little highlights of some of these branches. Put some gray on it, just to let them zip and skip a little bit better. There you go. There. There's a nice one. Okay. Now, the nice thing about with these, working on metal especially, but any kind of black canvas, is when you get done, just kind of cleaning up some of these brushes real quick. No big deal. Take your knife, and you can scrape little things going on. Scrape little tree trunks. You go right through the paint and you just scratch and some new things. Ooh, look at that, it went red. Scratching a couple of twigs and stigs. Just little things like that. Gives your painting a little bit of a realism. Makes them different. There you go. Something like that. Okay. Well, I think that concludes it for right now. Went a little bit over the time I usually like to do, but it is, I haven't done one in a while, so a little out of practice. Anyway, this has been Paul for PABrewNews. Cheers. Bye-bye. Watch that finger.